Hello dear students, welcome to the course of Engineering Thermodynamics. Myself Mihir Mistry, Assistant Professor from Mechanical Department of LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. So today we are going to continue our session on first law of thermodynamics, and in particular we are going to discuss about some numerical. So here today we are going to discuss the numerical which will use steam as the fluid. Remember students, when you are using air as the fluid, then the problem will be much more simpler. But when you are using steam as the fluid, then in order to find the enthalpy, you will require the steam table or Boolean diagram. So how to read the steam table, a separate lecture is already prepared. So you are advised to visit the lecture first and then follow this lecture. Okay, so let us read the given data first. So steam at 6.87 bar, 205 degrees Celsius enter in an insulated nozzle. So let us consider that this is the nozzle provided over here, and insulation is there. That means what? Insulation word is used. That means heat transfer during that process will be zero, first of all. Okay, now steam at 6.87 bar, right? So pressure is given 6.87 bar and 205 degrees Celsius temperature is given with velocity of 50 meter per second. V1 is given 50 meter per second. Okay, and it leaves at a pressure of 1.37 bar, right? So exit pressure is given of 0.37 bar and velocity of 500 meter per second. That is V2 is given 500 meter per second. Determine the final enthalpy of the steam, that is H2. Use of steam table is permitted. A simple numerical is given. Okay, so let us try to solve this numerical. Okay, so in order to do so, we will first convert these pressures in the steam table we are referring, because what will happen, the steam table which you are referring will have certain unit of pressure. For example, the steam table which I am referring is having pressure unit kilopascal. So I will convert this bar into kilopascal. If the steam table which you are referring is having the unit of bar in the steam table, then you do not need to convert the unit of pressure. Okay, so keep that in your mind. So I have converted 6.87 bar into kilopascal. The standard conversion is what? 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to 5 pascal or 10 raised to 3 kilopascal. So that is why 6.87 bar will be 687 kilopascal and 1.37 bar will be 137 kilopascal. Okay, now for nozzle, what are the terms that we can neglect? I have already told you that standard way is simple, that write SFEE. Remove the unnecessary data. What are the unnecessary data for nozzle? So if you think logically, then nozzle will not produce any shaft work, W dot X, that will be 0. Here insulated nozzle is given, that means Q dot will be 0. Then elevation is not mentioned anywhere in the given data, that means Z1 will be equal to Z2. Simple, right? So Z1 is equal to Z2, Q dot will be 0 and W dot X will be 0. Simple, write down. Always use the SI units. Write down the SFEE first. In the SFEE, remove the unnecessary units or unnecessary terms, and revise equation will be like this. M dot is equal to H1, M dot into H1 plus V1 square by 2 is equal to M dot H2 plus V2 square by 2. What we are supposed to find out? H2, make it as the subject. So H2 is equal to H1 plus V1 square minus V2 square by 2. Here, simple students, we have to first find out H1 because V1 and V2 is already given. So if we can manage H1, then we can find out H2. Now here the thing is, we are given the steam as the fluid, right? So for finding out H1, we should know the condition of the steam at the inlet of the nozzle, right? So at the inlet of the nozzle, the condition should be identified. So in order to understand the condition of the steam at the inlet of the nozzle, refer the steam table. In that steam table, observe the pressure column. Okay, pressure steam table, not temperature steam table. Observe the pressure steam table. In that pressure steam table, try to find out 6.87 bar pressure or 687 kilopascal pressure. So if you will open your steam table, then you will observe that exactly 6.87 is not given. So try to identify the nearer two values, the lower value than 6.87 and higher value than 6.87. Okay, so here I have mentioned both the values in the table, 650 and 700 according to my steam table. So here corresponding to 650, the saturation temperature is 161.98 and corresponding to 700, the saturation temperature is 164.95. Same way the edges are given for the corresponding pressures. right? So 687, for 687, I don't have any value according to my steam table. So this might be occurring in your examination also. So what to do now? For the given pressure in the given data, we don't have value available in the steam table. Then what shall we do? So we will use the method of interpolation to find out the value of saturation temperature and Hg for our given data. Okay. But before that, let me give you one clear thing. That is, here if you observe and think logically, then at 650 kilopascal pressure, the saturation temperature is 161.98. And at 700 kilopascal pressure, the saturation temperature is 164.95 degrees Celsius. So that means your 687 kilopascal pressure is in between 650 and 700. So corresponding to this 687 kilopascal, the saturation temperature will also fall between 161.98 and 164.95. That is but obvious. You will appreciate that. That means what? Now observe the given temperature at the inlet of the nozzle. The given temperature at the inlet of the nozzle is 205 degrees Celsius. So the given temperature is higher than the saturation temperature, because the saturation temperature will be between 161 and 164. Or 161 and 165, and the given temperature in the given data is what? 205 degrees Celsius. So saturation temperature is ranging between 161 and 165, and given temperature is 205 degrees Celsius. Now what is the meaning of saturation temperature? The temperature at which the water will start boiling or water will start evaporating into the steam, right? So obviously, if at saturation temperature, if your water start boiling, then obviously at higher than the saturation temperature, the whole water will be in superheated steam condition. So that means what, sir? That means the inlet of the nozzle will be having superheated steam. Sir, how can you judge that? Simple. If the given data temperature is higher than the saturation temperature, then your steam will be superheated steam. Simple. Okay. So that means one thing is for sure, that at the inlet of this nozzle, the condition of the steam is superheated steam. So now for superheated steam, write down the enthalpy equation. So H superheated is equal to Hg plus Cps T superheated minus T saturated. That you know very well, right? Here, that will give me my value of H1. Okay, students. So that will be the value of H1. That is equivalent to H superheated. So first I shall manage to find out Hg, Cps, T sup and T saturated. Okay, T sup means what? T superheated. Okay, so first of all, let us try to find out Hg. So Hg is not given. So first of all, in order to find out Hg, we will use interpolation. Very simple interpolation. Observe this. I will use this table. In this table, 700 minus 650, both pressures are known to me. Divide by 700 minus 687. 687 is the pressure corresponding to which I want to find out the value of Hg. Okay, so that is why 700 minus 650 in the numerator divided by 700 minus 687. That is equivalent to what I want to find out. I want to find out Hg. So what is the value of Hg corresponding to 700? So corresponding to 700, the value of Hg is 2762.8. So I have written over here 2762.8. Instead of 700, I have written 2762.8. Minus corresponding to 650. What is the value of Hg? Corresponding to 650, value of Hg is 2759.6. So here I have written 2759.6. Divided by, again corresponding to 700. What is the value of Hg? 2762.8. So here 2762.8. Minus corresponding to 687. What is the value of Hg? That is not known to us. So I will write simple Hg. So here in this equation, if you observe, then we have only one unknown. So we will find this unknown. Simple. Solve this equation. You will have the value of Hg as 2761.97 kilojoule per kg. Now think logically. This value of Hg shall lie between these two values, 2759.6 and 2762.8. So see, your answer is also lying between these two values. That means we are right. Okay. Now we have the value of Hg. Now T saturated. So T saturated, in order to find out, so we know that at T 687 kilopascal, T saturated is not given. So we have to again do the interpolation for the same. Okay. So now at 650 kilopascal pressure, T saturation is given 161.98 degrees Celsius. Converted into Kelvin. I already told you always use Kelvin in thermodynamics for temperature. And for 700 kilopascal, the temperature will be 164.95 degrees Celsius. Corresponding to that, the Kelvin temperature is 437.95 Kelvin. Okay, now use the interpolation. So 700 minus 650 divided by 700 minus 687. So corresponding to 700, what is the temperature, saturation temperature? 637.95 Kelvin. Corresponding to 650, what is the saturation temperature? 434.98 Kelvin. Same way, divide by in the denominator. 700, corresponding to 700, what is the saturation temperature? 437.95 Kelvin. Minus 687, corresponding to that, what is the saturation temperature? We don't know. So write Tsat. So here you have only one unknown. Right? So now make it as subject, find out it. So T saturated will be 164.18 degrees Celsius. Now obviously I already told you in the previous slide that this T saturated for 687 kilopascal shall fall between the value of T saturated for 650 and 700 kilopascal. So here if you observe, this 164.18 will be in between these two. See, 161.98 and 164.9. Right? So that means we are right. Clear? Okay. Now we have the value of T saturated, T superheated. So T superheated is what? So given value, that is 205 degrees Celsius, will be T superheated. Right? So now substitute all the value in the equation of this H1. So Hg is known to us, right? CPS. So remember students, value of CPS might not be given in the given data. You have to remember that for steam, at superheated steam, for superheated steam, the value of constant specific heat at constant pressure will be 2.1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. I am repeating again, the value of specific heat at constant pressure for superheated steam will be 2.1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Okay, so now if for this value substitute it, so Hg is already known to us, that is 2761.97 plus CPS 2.1 into 478, that is T superheated. Sir, how this 478 is different? Simple. 205 is the inlet temperature, convert it into Kelvin. So 478 Kelvin minus T saturated, we have just found out it. So that is 437.80. So solve all these steps. So you will have the value of H1 as 2847.692 kilojoule per kg. Okay, students. So now if you have the value of H1, so you can find out the value of H2. So in the value of H2, we know that because what was our aim? Our aim was to find out the value of enthalpy at the exit of nozzle. So here, and for finding out H2, you should have the value of H1, V1 and V2. So we have already found out the value of H1. So remember this again, that here you have to convert from kilojoule to joule. Sir, why? Because the unit of velocity is in System International, that is meter per second. That is why in order to keep the match between the units, you have to convert here from kilojoule to joule. Don't make this mistake, otherwise your answer will be considered as wrong and marks will be deducted. So plus 50 square minus 500 square divided by 2. So the final answer for the enthalpy will be 2723942 joule per kg or 2723.942 kilojoule per kg. Clear? I hope you are clear up to this point. So today we will stop here. Thank you.